Excited, a very good friend of mine, a good energy, a good spirit. She is a model, she is a radio presenter, she is a fashionista, she's everything, guys. And she's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Sisipho for everybody.
Hello, hi. Igama lami nguSisipho Ntsabo, and welcome. I'm so glad. I'm so honored to be part of Equalo series.
So first and foremost, tell me, what type of model are you and how did you become a model? At what point in your life did you think, I want to become a model?
Okay, long story short, okay. I am a fashion model. There are almost 3 types of models. There's commercial, there's fashion, and there's a character, right? So I'm a fashion model. What I deal with is a lot of magazines. I am editorial model, so you'll see me in magazines, billboards, campaigns, things like that, because the type of model I am is almost the classic Naomi model. Fashion, editorial, and runway model. That's like the 3 strong points in my modeling career, right? Tikalo modelisha when I was 14. Yeah, when I was 14, I used to deal in pageantry. I joined a modeling academy. Didn't like it because I was not into pageantry that much. I felt like that's not where I wanted to go in terms of my own modeling career. And that's the lovely thing about modeling. You can choose where you want to go. I took a break, went to varsity, studied for 3 years. I immersed myself in lots of culture, Rhodes University, did a lot of radio presenting, did some TV presenting, anchoring, and then in 2nd year, after I'd forgotten about modeling, I came back to Cape Town with a break from Eskolweni, came back to Cape Town, and I entered a Marie Claire Fresh Faces competition. So I was like, modeling, what can possibly go wrong?
Oh man,
so,
okay.
And Tarisha, they were like, hey, Sisipho, we'd like to see you. And I was like, okay. And I sent in my pictures. And then one music interview. And I had I remember I had blonde hair, like label my tossa blonde. And my application, and to me, like picture with black hair. And they asked me, they were like, girl,
what's going on?
What's poppin'? They like, sis, and I was like, listen, I was desperate and I really wanted to get this thing and I didn't have any other modeling pictures.
Sure.
And they were like, actually, we like your label matosa thing you've got going on, your blonde.
Yeah. It makes you stand out.
Yes, it makes you stand out.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, and then they were like, listen, we want to actually pick you as the finalist to the Clear Fresh Faces. And then one of the panelists was actually the owner of my agency, Ice Models, right?
Yes.
And then she was like, listen, whatever happens in this competition, I want you to call me and I want to sign you to my agency.
Oh, man, look at that. Incredible.
And I was like, we finalists, I didn't win, which was okay because things were already planned for me. I'd already stepped in and I already got in a contract. The first job I'd gotten with Ice Models, a team from Vogue Germany came down to shoot.
Wow.
And they were like,
get out.
To be like the face of this editorial.
Man.
Of the and I was like,
goosebumps.
And so, Gabriela Rhodes, the 3rd year, with that thing, but hey, you have to finish school.
Anyway, that's very important. Yes.
That's very important for me, because there are times when things are going very, very great.
Yeah.
Modeling in you. Oh my God, you see the nice life things. You know?
Sure.
You're around a lot of creatives, a lot of people are pushing and hustling, and you have that momentum.
At your prime as well, and it's just it's your time.
Yeah. And you're like, you want to be a part of that.
Sure.
And now you have to go back to Graham's time. Everything is a bit slow and calm and very strict in terms of how we do things, right?
Why was it so important for you to get an education before you jump into the modeling industry?
I think as people, we tend to think we're one-dimensional. We're not. There are so many things that we are set to do. There's so many things we are destined to do, and so many fields we are destined to touch and to contribute to. So I thought to myself, I'm not just a model. I'm not just a pretty face. I'm not just this and this and this. I can one, and I feel like I have something to even contribute in the academics field. You know what? I have a voice. I have things I want to learn. I think things I want to say. So let me get education, yeah, because that's one thing no one will ever take away from me. They can take away the pretty face, they can take away the height, they can take away mali, they can take away the fame, anything in your life. They can strip everything. But degree alcohol,
and I think that's what I also wanted to comment on, that okay, maybe this is from a grim angle, but things will happen. You never know with life. Something might happen, and in an industry like yours, as you said, 1 minute you're at your prime and everybody's like contacting you, and then 1 minute you're not, and that's the reality even with young people who are watching this. So I think
I think as much as we can beat around the bush, education is very important. And for me as a Black woman, I had to learn that there are hierarchies in this world, especially even in this industry, where your voice only gets heard when you're educated. And it's as much as we are trying to debunk that, and we are trying to dismantle the fact that education has nothing to do with how I think and what I have to say.
Yeah, and that's comfortable with my brand.
Yes, by virtue of being a person, I have to also be cognizant that at this point in time, while I'm still trying to dismantle that, I must still have my education. You know what I mean? Because it's something I want, and it's something I need to have, but it's also something that with having, I can say to these people, like, Changa, I have an education. But my sister down there doesn't, but she has something to say, so listen to her.
Exactly.
So it's also like using what you have to stand up for the people that don't have it.
I love that.
So yeah.
Let's get into what you just said. Let's just dive into it, because every industry has issues of its own. So let's talk about the challenges that are in your industry and how you have gone about facing them and how you face them daily.
I always say to young girls who DM me, man, listen, Skitty, I'm not going to lie to you. And I think even on my Instagram, I've been quite vocal about what I go through.
You have, every time.
Model.
Yeah, you do.
And I think it's quite important because there are issues of discrimination. There are issues of racism. There are issues of body shaming. A lot of body shaming goes into modeling, and it's under the guise of criticism. We want to make you better. We want to make you the best. Where in fact, it tears you apart. And I feel like had I not had the school foundation, and I say this all the time, Sinkita, had I not had the school foundation, had I not gone to university and lived 19, 20, 21 and done what I needed to do, party, go into school, did this and this.
Find yourself.
Yes, I would have never had the strength to say no to things, had the strength to say, I don't need this in my life right now, had the strength to say, listen, no. Or said, okay, cool, let me take it with a pinch of salt. I would have never, because I've seen girls 16, 17, 18 coming in this industry, being told they need to lose weight at that young age. They are far away from home. Stress, your parents are depending on you, people are looking to you back home, and they fall into depression, anxiety. Before you jump into that modeling phase, you spend a little bit more time with yourself and find out who you are and what you like and what you don't like. So when you reach that stage when photographers are telling you, you look too fat, or you eat a little bit of food, or snide remarks, or this and this, or you're too dark for this, or you're too light-skinned, or you're too what? You say to yourself, man, I know myself. I know where I want to be.
Yeah.
Do I want to take this decision to go through with it? Do I want to say no?
Okay.
Who can I speak to? Who can I consult and bring yourself in? Because things happen like that. And I think with modeling, we have a lot of it's a nice life. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful life.
It looks very
Beautiful
glitzy and
girl.
glamorous. It
Hey,
really does. It really does. But friend, let me ask you from that perspective. Can everyone say no in modeling? You know that there are those times, even in any industry, even we are fika, you don't have that much power. Can you afford to say no sometimes?
I am speaking a position of privilege because mna, I can say no because I know I have a degree. That I can say I don't need this. This doesn't align with my brand because Kwalendi City doesn't align with my brand. Meaning that I've got multiple spheres I'm wanting to tap into. And I can say no to things because I have that degree, because I've delved into multiple spheres.
Sure.
As someone who comes from a background where
Sure.
or people are looking to them, they can't say no. Simply say no. Because there's a feeling of bana, I have to do this to get to point B.
Yeah.
And most of the times, people in this very industry use that, the fact that they know that you need this, to manipulate you into doing things you don't want to. And manipulation plays a very big role in this industry, and that's what we're trying to get to. That girls need that confidence, girls need that support system within their agency, within their circles, so they can say, no, you're a woman. So already you're emotional, you're black, so already you are
You're
difficult, you're a
angry,
diva,
you're defensive. Yeah.
angry. So it's a lot of things, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I've navigated those spaces by just staying true to myself, having a strong support system, letting my agency first and foremost before they bring me out to brands, and saying to them, this is what I'd like to see myself as.
Okay. Friend, let's talk about confidence. Guys, I've known her since first year, right? Known her in third year. You've always been confident. You even in her real life, you're just a confident black beautiful woman. How did you get there, and how important is confidence when you're entering your industry in particular? Because I can only imagine.
This is a very important question. You see, confidence, yeah, man. I think I was quite bullied from my early teens, because I was this thin kid. Hey, tennis ball knees, and that's the guy, scrawny, lanky, don't get on it. Hey, and I thought to myself, but so no mistake. No mistake is done in the factory of God. So that's okay, cool. And my mom was like, listen, join dramatic arts, do a drama. And I come from a family of pretty confident women.
Sure.
Like, ekhaya, singabantu abathanda izinto. Abantu andifuna umuntu abangcolayo because asingcoli
But outgoing, yes, lungu, yes, yes. Okay.
So, and then when I entered matric, I thought I'm navigating an unknown space, right? They don't know anything about me, okay? These people don't know me, and they know what I present to them. And I said to myself, what you're going to present to them is the best version of yourself.
Sure.
Who you want to be, who you see yourself. Okay? And I think when you tell yourself, like, you're going to present the best version of yourself, Sisipho's best version of herself is amalgam. That's like, hi. Is someone who's navigating.
Alter ego. Chunga.
Yeah, alter ego. Sasha Fierce. So I said to myself, in confidence, set you apart in a casting room and makes you memorable, like Bandasekai, because you'll find that everyone's pretty remodeling. Hey, Songes by share, Songes by there, we're all the same. And if we're all the same, what sets you apart is your confidence, how you speak, how you approach a camera, how you confident you are, like how you take a present, like in the room. You don't ask for respect, you command your respect. You demand.
Come on, somebody. Are you guys listening to this? Are you listening to these little nibbles and gems of knowledge? Let's talk about the agency part. Now let's get a bit practical. I want to be a model. Where do I go? How do I get an agent to represent me? What are the logistics that go into that? What is the criteria even?
Yeah, I spoke about it last year, Ben, and I thought to myself, to speak about a criteria. Now, getting an agency is sort of the difficult part, because I went through sending a lot of emails when I was at university and I wanted to get into modeling. I sent emails, hey, my name is Sisipho Ntsabo, I am 20, I was 19, I'm this tall and this tall and this tall. So you've got to start with the groundwork, sending those agencies and taking those pictures and receiving those yes or no emails, or we're not ready for you now, do this and this and this and this. But what's important is when you go to the website of your agency, you have to look at the requirements, right? Okay, cool. A lot of the agencies say girls must be 174 centimeters to 181 tall, and that's for specifically fashion models, né?
Sure.
Because we do the runaways, and runaways requires the height, né? And although it's changing now, a lot of South African agencies still require that type of height, né?
Sure.
And so can go join the height and fighting about, okay, listen, I'm this tall, and you send your what we call Polaroids, right?
Yeah.
So Polaroids are pictures of you as plain and as simple as you
natural as possible.
As natural. So you send your one with
look at that
headshot, right?
Yeah.
So you send me, and then you send one of
Jonga. Okay.
Which is Zagan, and then you send a full one, and yeah. So they basically want to see how your body's structured and your facial features and your side profile, right? And what you wear is a plain black top and a plain blue black jean. Nothing fancy, nothing smancy, over a plain white gray worn.
And then you send those.
Yeah, and then you wait. And then they say, listen, not now, you are not suited for our agency. And then you have to go through that. You're not suited for our agency. Don't. Some don't even respond. And sometimes when you're not accepted by agency, take it as a thank you.
Sure.
There are a lot of girls whose photos are sitting at agencies gathering dust because agencies felt like they were like, we'll take you though. Rather have an agency who's excited about you.
Let's talk about the beautiful things about modeling. Let's talk about the places that you've traveled, things that you've done. Let's just talk about your highlights, man. You've been doing so amazing. We are all watching and cheering. So let's talk about it.
I think I've said about this industry it's given me so many opportunities. I've seen things, I've seen people, I've gone to places that and the first highlight was first shooting with Vogue. That was a big deal with me because a whole fashion director of Vogue shot with me. I saw her, international photographer who shot countless of covers, loved me. We are friends now. So it's I've gone to Vienna, Austria.
Let's list them.
Was there. And I remember I took a break from school.
Was it that week?
It was that week, 2 weeks. Overseas, and then I took a break. 2 weeks, went to do a campaign for Palmer's, and I went to Vienna, Austria, and then the following year I went to Milan, Paris, Germany. Hey, so it's
guys, I traveled.
So that's the amazing parts, the things I've worked for, where I could work with Stella McCartney, so in the flesh, Philip Nine. I've cast for amazing shows. Armani, Ulanta's Dolce. I've cast for them, which is I'm one step closer to getting there. So it's amazing in those modeling, and it's amazing that I, as a South African Black woman, can say I've been there, and I can also say I want the same for my sisters, same for the people at South Africa. Always say to myself, and
in jail.
Share your knowledge.
Yeah. That's incredible. Now, I think this is my last question. My last question would be, what legacy do you want to leave behind, and what purpose do you think you have in this industry?
The first thing I say, this industry is not my own, right? It's not mine to keep. It's not mine to hold. So I have to share what I've learned in this industry with others. And that's why I made it a point about the journeys I've been on, I publicize, or like guys, I'm going through this and this and this. I'm going to this casting and this I felt. This is what I think about the modeling industry. So I think the legacy I want to leave is that you can be who you are in spaces that don't have someone like you. When they didn't have you in the initial concept. The modeling industry didn't have Black girls who can talk about racism, discrimination. They didn't have the initial concept of fat girls. But yeah, we are challenging these walls that like now we are breaking and entering if by fire, by force. And I'm also cognizant of the things that makes it difficult for you to permeate into that field of modeling. I believe that the legacy I will share or leave is that nobo phoma indase noba kwenzeke ntoni ebomini bakho, you have the power, you have the voice to change, you have the voice to influence, and you can live your wildest dreams and still remain so true and authentic to you. And we are ancestors' wildest dreams, to be quite honest. And like we're living proof that there is space for us.
Yeah.
And there is a time for us. And sometimes we have to make time. We have to be the agents, and we have to be the agents of change. And as much as we don't see the change happening right now with us, in the next generation, sizobabona all little Tandy, all little light, all little band, the modeling.
Yeah.
Oh, you fought for this, Sisipho.
Where we are. True.
Yeah.
True. And it's people like Naomi Campbell, Naomi Campbell from the 70s. We've seen the fruits of her work. Yeah. That's incredible, friend. Just to give, a giving heart. And the principle of giving is that when you give, there's so much that comes back. And it's not even a religious principle. It's a universal principle. So I love that. And I'm hoping and praying that you just keep getting and God just wows you, because you deserve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mdaseka. Thank you.
You guys, that's it, you guys. We're gonna see one another next time on Ikwelo. Thank you so much for joining us, Sisipho, and making the time. I know you're so busy. You guys, if you have any questions for Sisipho, you can send them through. I will send them to her, and then you can subscribe, subscribe, YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share, and all of these things. And I will see you guys next week with another young professional. Bye.
Bye, loves.